Welcome back, or welcome in general, to another video and another part of the series What If Luffy Was Never Born. Last week we finished off the Arabasta saga and there was a lot happening there, if I might say so. Because we know that Crocodile is actually one of the most dangerous people in this version of One Piece right now. But how will the world government act against that? Will he keep his position as a warlord of the sea? Well, in my opinion, he probably wouldn't, but I guess that's up to you to decide. But in my version, he will still lose his position because the world government will probably think like this. Oh, so Crocodile is in possession of Pluton, or at least has the ability to get into it because he is now the king of Alabasta. We need to take care of this somehow. And then they decide to either infiltrate and get Pluton before Crocodile, or they kill Crocodile and get it like that, or they just first of all get rid of his position as a warlord of the sea and then see what is going on, because they are not sure that he has the ancient weapon. But because of all of that, CP9, or at least a CP organization, will probably act against him in the future. But he will most likely lose his position as a warlord. Even if that means that Alabasta already lost not only Cobra as their king, but also just lost Crocodile as their king. Or maybe Crocodile can stay as the king, but because he no longer is a warlord, technically speaking, Alabasta will become a country run by a pirate. The people of Alabasta still think that Crocodile is a good guy. He saved them, right? He saved them from the cruel King Cobra. But that's not really what's happened there. But they don't know that. So they, even if Crocodile loses his position as a warlord because of some weapon or something, I mean, the world government won't say that he found an ancient weapon, because ancient weapons are not common knowledge. So they will find whatever reason they have. But the people from Alabasta, they know Crocodile for years, or at least think they know him. So they will maybe stay on his side, and Alabasta will become like a country run by a pirate. Similar to, like, if you think about it, Kuma was a pirate or revolutionary who ran a country, the Sorbet Kingdom. Wapol is technically a pirate who runs the Black Drum Kingdom. There are different countries run by pirates. Most commonly speaking, also Doflamingo. So the country might not be under protection of the world government, but it still might have Crocodile as their king. How long he stays in Alabasta is up to him. But now, as for the recap, we will actually go over to the next part of our series here. We are in part 14, and part 14 is none other than the beginning of the Sky Island saga. But first of all, I already took the quick flashback to last week. We are still at 38 deaths, because a lot of people died in Alabasta. Because, I mean, it was a very big rebellion, revolution, and some sort of small war, if you want to call it that. But that means there were a lot of deaths, and those might increase, or those most likely will increase even more in the future. Technically speaking, the death counter is probably over 100 or even 1000 already. But as I said, I will only think about named characters, because if I just think about every citizen that doesn't even have a name or doesn't even have a face in general, I wouldn't be able to keep up this death counter. But now, we can look at the Sky Island saga and the Jaya arc. So, what do you remember about the Jaya arc? Jaya was interesting because it still like gives us a lot to think about in connection. The entire Skylands Island saga gives us a lot to think about, and even more as we progress in the story with everything we discovered in whatever Zou, Wano, or other islands. Just like through the story, Jaya and also Skypiea kept on increasing in importance. But how would have the story turned out if Luffy wasn't there? So, first of all, we got Cricket. Cricket was not the most healthy guy. I mean, he's a smoker and probably also a heavy drinker, but that's normal for One Piece, so that we don't care about those facts. But he had a problem because He wanted to prove that his ancestor Noland wasn't a liar. So he kept on diving and diving and diving together with those monkeys. But because of that, he got decompression sickness, if that's the right word. And that means that he wouldn't have had long to live. So technically speaking, without the treatment he got from Chopper, he would eventually have died. Either way. Then that we have our big boy Marshall D. Teach, or Marshall Teach, or Blackbeard, whatever you want to call it. First of all, he doesn't have to worry about anything. He can just enjoy his cherry pie without getting annoyed by his Straw Hat or something. Because Luffy is like, oh, this cherry pie is disgusting! And he's like, oh, this cherry pie tastes amazing, or the other way around, I don't know. But he can just do whatever he wants, and there's nothing much he's going to do here. Because he was just looking for a way to become a warlord, if you want to think about it. So that means he will still do everything he can, and as you already know what happens in the future, that stuff will probably happen as well. He did a few things on Drum earlier, and now he's here. So he won't hunt Luffy, and he won't go for Bellamy or someone else, because that's not enough to like quench his thirst for power or something. Then we got Bellamy and his first mate, what's his name? Big Knife Sarkis. Both of those are not necessarily too strong if you think about it. But those two will just continue to party on the island, because we don't really know if they had any reason to continue their thing. The main reason why Bellamy continued his journey, I mean, he always wanted to become an official member of Doflamingo's crew, but the main thing why he went to Sky Islands and all that stuff is because Luffy defeated them, and then he decided to change and don't think like dreams are unnecessary or just stupid. So he went to Sky Island and different things, but that would happen. Most likely. He will stay at Jaya for quite some time, but that also means that after his defeat, Doflamingo might still come and do this stuff with, like, Bellamy fighting against Sarkis, but I don't know if that means that Bellamy will still join Doflamingo's pirate crew, or how the things are going to turn out in the future. Yeah, we don't care about those guys, they are just partying. Then we got this thing. Yes, Cricket was a diver, but he was not an unsuccessful diver, even though he got the sickness and everything. He found multiple parts of gold and all the other shit. But that's a problem, because Bellamy, he finds out through the citizens or something that this guy has gold. And he will then continue to go there and fight against Cricket to get that gold. And, well, we have a Shichibukai meeting because of the whole crocodile thing I talked about earlier. Well, they, technically speaking, don't really have anyone to choose from right now. But then, the normal stuff happens. I mean, Doflamingo's there, Kuma's there, and Mihawk also appears. And then, what's his name? Demon Sheriff? Demon Sheriff Lafitte will appear and will recommend Blackbeard as a new warlord of the sea. And then that's where all of the Blackbeard stuff will happen. The people will get interested in Blackbeard, but he doesn't have a bounty yet. Which is, if you think about it, weird. Blackbeard was a person on Whitebeard's crew, even during the time when they fought against Gold Roger and other things. So, why didn't he have a bounty? Was he too young? Why didn't he have a bounty even if he was on that crew? Same for, like, Buggy and Shanks. Why didn't they have a bounty even during the time they were on Roger's crew? Did the Marines never see them? I'm pretty sure the Marines saw them at least once or twice. So they could have given them a bounty, or was it because their age is probably not the matter why they didn't get a bounty. I mean, Robin got a bounty while she was like 8 years old or something. So age is not the important factor here. I don't know why they haven't gotten a bounty, but I guess that's just a One Piece thing. But now we come to the consequences of the story. First of all, yes, there is a very good chance that Cricket can die. but not right now. We are still in 38 death field, because Cricket hasn't died yet. And the death counter will only increase if the person actually dies in this arc. So if Cricket dies in the future, that's not something I care about. That's not something Luffy could have changed if he died by a sickness. But we know that Cricket and his two monkey brothers or friends, they will get defeated by Bellamy, which might end into his, lead to his death. But he was this tough guy and probably could have survived at least for a few weeks more until something else happens. So that means Blackbeard most likely will still go on his path to become a member of the Shichibukai. I already made some mess ups here, because in my research I was thinking like the world government might already take away Crocodile's Shichibukai or Wall of the Sea title if they notice that he's shattering Nico Robin. But that was a misconception on my part, because Nico Robin went to Crocodile, or I mean, I don't know who met who, but Nico Robin is under Crocodile because this Warlord title gave her protection. But now, because she already died, there's no reason why the world government should even be interested in the whole Nico Robin thing. It's just one less, like, thorn in their eye or something. And that technically means that the last person from the Ohara incident, at least the one we know of, and the last official person who can read the poneglyphs is now dead. Because no, it's the last person. There's still a chance that the Three-Eyed Tribe or some other people, maybe a Devil Fruit power, could give you the ability to read the poneglyphs, but that's not something we can say for sure, and that doesn't matter too much here. Because nothing with Luffy happened here, Bellamy will continue to live on with the belief that he's very great and one of the greatest rookies ever to exist or something. But if you think about it, he's not even a supernova, or like a super rookie, if you want to call it that. He doesn't have a bounty of over 100 million. He's not as good as he thinks he is. He just is what's the word? A big fish in a small pond or something. He hasn't seen in the world. He's a frog in a well. He still hasn't met too many strong people. He will get effed over. He will get destroyed by many strong people if he keeps up this arrogance. And then the whole Doflamingo stuff will happen. So, like I said, even if Doflamingo survives everything from his sickness and the assault from Bellamy, he will still continue searching for the Sky Islands, which will eventually lead to his death because of that what's the name? Decompression sickness or diver sickness. So that's Jaya is pretty depressing, like most of the arcs without Luffy. Luffy just brought joy to everyone. You could call him a joy boy. But I guess we can talk about that another time, because I have many video ideas I want to actually get to work on. So that's about it for the Jaya arc. And next week we already come to the final arc of the Sky Island saga, the Skypiea arc, which might be a bit more like dangerous compared to Jaya, but let's just wait and see how the next arc will turn out. Until next week,